Hi everyone, welcome to the Movie Section Show. My name is Fariba, and early this morning we actually got the first trailer for Ridley Scott's upcoming film, Napoleon. And let me just say this, right? I will say that I'm a bit surprised about this one because there's been a lot of hype and anticipation behind this movie, which I guess makes sense because one, it is directed by Ridley Scott, it stars Joaquin, as well as the fact that it's about Napoleon Bonaparte, like a very well-known historical figure that I think you would have to be living under a rock if you don't know who he is, right? And of course, like considering that this is directed by Ridley Scott, I mean, it's going to be a historical epic, like in a way that we would imagine how he made Gladiator, right? And I know right now he is shooting Gladiator 2. There's been a lot of hype behind that. And yeah, we'll see whenever, I think that's supposed to come out like, what, about a year or so from now? But we are getting Napoleon. So that's going to be his next upcoming movie. He's been on a roll, I guess, just knowing that he's creating all these epics just in this one go-around period. And yeah, I mean, with Napoleon, at least, I know there's been a lot of buzz about it. I think the first thing that comes to mind, just thinking about Napoleon, is that it screams Oscar buzz right there. Again, because of the casting, because of Ridley Scott, because it is an epic. I have not seen the first images just because like I've been trying to go into this film kind of on a clean slate, not knowing too much about it. I want to like go into this film like not knowing anything, so that way I can actually have a very, you know, genuine reaction to how I feel without having any, you know, too much of the spoilers. But even that being the case, right, we do have the first trailer. I do want to see what the first trailer kind of encompasses about what this film is going to be about, what it's going to focus on, what they're going to try and, you know, focus on in terms of the French Revolutionary and all that sort of stuff. And of course, like going back into the story of who Napoleon Bonaparte is. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right down into the first trailer for Napoleon.
No doubt you'll send the chaos in the streets. We must make an example, or France will fall.
What would you do if this assignment of defense was transferred to you?
I promise you brilliant successes.
What is this costume you have on?
This is my uniform.
Is that Vanessa Kirby?
I led the French victory at Toulon.
Oh, wow.
What is your name?
Napoleon.
As the course of my life has changed. Napoleon.
I'm destined for greatness. But those in power only see me as a sword.
I suggest you take the throne
As a king.
Yeah.
Shall we vote?
Getting like the Gladiator vibes.
This vermin has held the world hostage with his egotism and his lack of simple good manners.
Okay.
You think you're great?
Yes, he was tired.
You are just a tiny little brute that is nothing
Tiny.
without me.
Oh god!
All of Europe is united
They're
forces
going after
against
his
me.
stature,
What's the
huh?
outcome of this if you don't succeed?
Your Majesty, we are discovered.
Good. I'm the first to admit when I make a mistake. I simply never do.
That was the first trailer for Napoleon. And before I even jump into the movie, can I just say that this is, I believe, Apple Original Films' second film right there that they're releasing from their studio. So right now, let me just say that Apple is on, you know, on a roll right now, because first Killers of the Flower Moon and now Napoleon. That's just super insane. So, I mean, I can't even imagine how much buzz they have, like how much like of these movies that they have, knowing that they're about to go into the Oscar season with two big epic films. So yeah, that was just something that I totally didn't even realize that, you know, Napoleon was produced by Apple in a sense. So yeah, that was something that really caught my attention right away. Because I mean, I think we just got a new trailer for Killers last week, so now we have a new trailer for Napoleon. But yeah, let's go right down into the trailer. And yeah, I mean, it's what I kind of expected. I mean, it seems like an epic. It screams epic. You get that right away from this trailer that this is going to be an epic historical film about Napoleon, the rise and fall of Napoleon, focusing on the French Revolutionary, focusing on his rule as, you know, the so-called dictator of France. They even say he was the tyrant, right? These are things that we know the simple facts about who Napoleon is, and now we're about to see kind of the depths of his life, although there could be some, you know, fictional or creative takes on his life. But yeah, I mean, this is a film, just by looking at the trailers, you can tell right away how this movie is going to go into the depths of his life, you know, his impact on France. Joaquin Phoenix looks great as ever playing Napoleon. Like, I mean, there was only one part where he gets crowned as, I guess, the king of France. I'm not too well versed with French history, but that is the case that I saw right there, and it definitely kind of brought back a little bit of memories of him as the king back in Gladiator. Because I mean, of course, they already have him and Ridley Scott already have a working relationship from the past. So just you know, 23 years later, we're seeing kind of a different, a similar vibe right there. So that was something that really kind of caught my attention. I did not know Vanessa Kirby was in this film, so that is pretty awesome. Again, I think Joaquin Phoenix looks great as Napoleon. I mean, he is probably one of the great actors out there in the modern age. And I would not even be surprised if this is going to put him in Oscar buzz going into the upcoming season. And not just that, right? I think one of the things, again, another thing that really caught my attention is that they also went after his stature, his small frame, because that is a thing with Napoleon that, you know, that's kind of like a joke because he is very small. I think he was like maybe at least 5 foot, but like 5'4", something like that. I don't know exactly his height, but I do recall like just like the general facts about the whole French Revolutionary when I studied some of the, you know, history back in high school. I remember there was at least one fact about his height being mentioned and how he was very small. So I love it in the fact that in one part of the trailer, like there's like they kind of mock a little bit about his height. So that was something that, you know, I guess I was expecting a little bit to happen, but like probably not in the trailer, thought maybe in the movie. But yeah, I mean, they're really going down into really showcasing who Napoleon Bonaparte is. Again, I don't know too much about his history, or at least in French history in general, aside from like the general facts about it. But I mean, just from the trailer itself, right? It looks very promising. It looks like it's going to be another big hit for Ridley Scott. It's going to kind of seem as if it's gonna, you know, have a lot of buzz around it going into Oscar season, and again, like competing against movies like Killers of the Flower Moon. Like, I mean, what is it? It's right now July, right? So we're kind of really getting down into the Oscar season, like just about roughly, you know, 2 months away from it. But we're already seeing kind of the previews of what we're going to anticipate going into the Oscar season, what movies we're expecting to kind of be the front runners going into the new season. And already, it's already a promising start. So I cannot wait to see Napoleon for sure in theaters. I didn't catch the exact date for it, but I'm pretty sure it's coming out later this year. But yeah, I cannot wait to see Napoleon. Everyone looks incredible. The story looks amazing. The action looks mind-blowing. Like, I can't wait to see how they go to the depths of that. And again, Ridley Scott's direction. I mean, there's no denying that he is a master when it comes to really showcasing the epics. So yeah, that's all to say about Napoleon. What are your thoughts about the first trailer? Are you already hooked? Do you want to go see this movie right away in theaters? What do you know so much in terms of, if you know so much about the French, you know, history, what do you think so far in terms of the historical accuracy about that? I would say, like, of course, there probably is going to be some inaccuracies, but if there are some, let me know. What are your thoughts about it in general? What do you think about this film going into becoming one of the contenders going into Oscar season? And let me know if you have any other comments. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.